obviously a really disappointing end to our season. Certainly not the match we wanted to play. Not the uh, it's a bad night to have a bad night. I guess you would say, but look, you pair that with the fact that we played an awfully good team in Kentucky. They are championship caliber, and I think they have a chance to continue to go deeper in this tournament and maybe win the whole thing. And so much respect and congratulations to them. And with that, I'll take questions.
Hey, Coach. Jared with the Daily News here. I know you said bad night to have a bad night, and give Kentucky credit too. Offensively, you guys weren't really able to get much going throughout the night. I look at someone like Paige Briggs, who finishes with a negative hitting percentage, really uncharacteristic for her. I guess, what is it about them that made it so difficult tonight offensively for you guys?
Well, they're really physical. They're really physical and athletic at the same time. So they really move well. And, it was just a bad night. I thought Paige really pressed all night. Early on, Paige, that's a kid that always wants to come and play really well. And early on in the match, she ended up her first 4 or 5 swings in the match were all out of system swings. And she took some errors. And I think that really made her start pressing. And, then when she started pressing, she got really uncharacteristic and then, just kind of lost her way there a little bit and lost her composure a little bit. But it, with her, it comes from a great place. The kid just wants to win and play at a high level. And she knows how much she means to us in terms of winning and losing. And, at the end of the day, I think that she started feeling that pressure a little bit when she wasn't able to produce for us early on.
Hey, Coach, this is Cassie from the Herald. So, of course, I know it's hard to suffer this loss in such a record-breaking and undefeated season. But just on a good note, how are you processing making it this far this season? How are you processing the fact that this was a record-breaking season?
Well, there'll be time for that. I think maybe in a couple days. This is not it. If you're a competitor, you're disappointed when your time's over, regardless of how deep you ran. And our kids expected to keep playing, and I expected to keep coaching. And so sitting here 30 minutes after the match is not when I'm going to reflect on how great a season we had. We had a bad night, and I'm much more reflective on the bad night that we had. There'll be time for all the rest. It's been a tremendous run. And, as I told our kids going into the match, we were just trying to add to this thing. There's nothing that could happen that could take away from what this group has done. We were just trying to add to it tonight, and unfortunately we weren't able to do
that. Hey, Coach, Jared with the Daily News again. The first set was very competitive, I guess, and the second two weren't what you guys would have liked. What did you see as the difference maybe between that first set there and then the second two?
Well, the first set went kind of the way we wanted. I told our kids we got to find a way to get it to 18 all or 17 all and be in it late in game and hope to be the one to make plays. And so even though we weren't the one that made plays at the end of the first set, I felt good about where we were. And then in that second set early on when Nadia got rocked with that line attack. That you can't lose your quarterback at this stage of the game and expect to raise your level, if you understand what I mean. And having said that, look, Taylor Bebout came in and did a really, really nice job in a really difficult situation for us. But, volleyball is a rhythm sport, and it was so disruptive to us, to not have our floor leader out there. And, I don't think – the Super Bowl is not the time you want to lose Tom Brady. And, a match like this is not the time when you want to lose Nadia Judnay.
Hey, Coach, this is Cassie again. So speaking about Nadia, I was just wondering what you were kind of saying to her out there specifically, because I saw that you guys, shared some laughs, and just how did you get her back up there?
Yeah, well, we were just trying to make sure she was okay. She took a hard ball down the line, and but it kind of got her in one eye. And so we were really trying to see, were we in a concussion situation or were we in, just got to clear the cobwebs and so it was more of a vision thing for her than anything else. It really wasn't worried about a concussion at that stage. It was worried about her vision. She was having trouble focusing on the ball. And so we were just kind of trying to work through some of those things. You saw her smile sitting there, and that was an indicator to me that she was going to be okay. And so from a concussion standpoint, I think she was for sure. But then she tried to play, if you remember, and played a couple plays and then had to come out because she was having trouble focusing in her eye. And obviously that's no place to be for a setter. And so, we had to get her out and just give her some time to kind of try to settle down and refocus. And she really wanted to go back out there at the end. And, but certainly she was compromised, and so were we.
Hey, Coach. Jared with the Daily News again. I know the way that things went down tonight probably disappointing, and I know you guys haven't been on social media yet, but some of the immediate reaction I saw was so proud of all of you. Congrats on an amazing season. Nothing but respect for WKU. Thank you for a great season. Bowling Green loves you, and we can't wait to fill Diddle Arena next year. After a disappointing loss, seeing that immediate reaction, I guess, what does that mean to you?
Well, the thing I've loved about our fan base is they've loved our kids no matter what situation they were in. And, this has been a fairy tale ride for our kids to go to this Sweet 16 and to pull Western Kentucky along with it, and the fan base along with it, and the city and community along with it. We've had a really blessed last few years in our volleyball program, from hosting 2 years ago and filling Diddle Arena to making it to a Sweet 16 this year. It's been a time, that we all are tremendously grateful for. We're all really, really proud of, and we hope, Jared, that continues to build the interest in the fan base and what our program is and what it can be moving forward.
Hey, Coach Hudson, this is Nick Keyser from the College Heights Herald as well. I think with that being said, and just seeing what the immediate reaction was on social media, even though you guys just got done playing, I know that you talked about being grateful about the season and the moments that you had with your team. So you guys do that in the midst of a pandemic. Obviously, this one stings right now. But what did it mean to you just thinking about it maybe right now, getting through this kind of season? I know that you've touched on it some already.
Yeah, we're all just really tired, if I can be blunt. We're all really exhausted. And I think that may have played into tonight a little bit too. This has been hard. This year has been hard. This week has been hard. When you're stuck in a hotel day after day after day after day, it wears on you. And we've been, it feels like a month since we've been in Bowling Green, and even positive emotion is draining. And the emotion that we had after that Washington State match, it was a really draining time. And then have to kind of pull ourselves together. We've also played, as in the middle of the night 3 straight times in the NCAA tournament, which I have no idea why that seems to be necessary. But it's just too much. It's too much to ask from these kids. And everybody's tired, everybody's exhausted, everybody is spent because they put their whole heart into this thing. And and to be day after day, I don't know how many days in a row I've been COVID tested, but I certainly do not have COVID right now, as many days in a row as I've been tested. And it's just wearing. It's all so draining and so wearing. And our kids have, at the end of the road here, have made an incredible push to get us where we are. And they deserve rest now, and they deserve appreciation for everything they've done. All right, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks. We'll be back with Katie Isenbarger in a second.
Thanks, Jess.
All right, we've got Katie Isenbarger here. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hey, Katie. Jared with the Daily News here. Obviously tough night for you guys, especially offensively. I guess going up against this Kentucky team, what challenges did they present to you guys, trying to get that offense going and, struggling with that a little bit?
I mean, yeah, they're a really great team, obviously. Them offensively, they're just really good. And then for us, they're big and physical, and they're a team that can win this thing. So I think that's just, they're big and physical, and that's how it's going to be in games like the Sweet 16. And I don't think we necessarily played like us tonight, but they were definitely a factor in that. So.
Hey, Katie, this is Cassidy from the Herald. So I know Coach touched base about this, but you guys have played 3 very late games this week. And I know most of the other teams have not played late games as much as you guys. But I guess just what were like the biggest takeaways, especially of this weekend and this specific match?
I mean, it's been a super cool experience. I mean, there's going to be nothing like this ever again. I mean, we didn't know what to expect. It's been difficult. I think harder than we really realized until after the fact, because we are so exhausted and things like that, just being in a hotel for a week, and it's just nothing that we're used to, nothing that anyone's used to. But I mean, my biggest takeaway is that everyone has to go through it. It's a unique experience, and just trying to be grateful that we got here and we got to the Sweet 16, and it's nothing that anyone else expected. You know, WKU, like getting to the Sweet 16, never done before. So it's my biggest takeaway is just trying to be proud of everything we've accomplished and everything we accomplished here as well.
Hey, Katie, Jared again. That first set, was pretty competitive for the most part. It seemed like it was kind of the game plan heading in, what you guys were hoping for. What was the biggest key in keeping things close during that first set?
I think it was just kind of being us, and we wanted to make sure we were keyed in on the little things, because it's the tips that will get you, or it's the off blocker defense that will get you in those and close matches. So like Travis said, we were trying to get 17, 18, trying to stay with them, and then trying to get a few points there at the end to get the win. That was kind of our game plan.
Hey, Kate, this is Cassie again. So I was just wondering what was kind of going through your head, if you even realized it at the time, just, hitting that last kill of the season and getting that last point of the season for your team.
I just knew that I wanted to go out swinging, and I think that's what most of us were thinking. We wanted to be fearless, and especially there at the end, I don't think any of us played like ourselves, and that's what we had to do tonight. I mean, we had to play like us, and I don't think we necessarily did that, but it's hard to be, proud of myself or happy with the result. I'm not thinking about that, because I'm just, disappointed about the loss, but yeah.
Katie, Jared, I know you just said disappointed with the loss and, the way that it happened. On social media immediately after the game, in response to, some of the tweets with the final score, it seemed like it was all positive from Western fans, so proud of you. Congrats on an amazing season, nothing but respect. Bowling Green loves you. Can't wait to pack diddle. What does that mean to you, knowing that no matter what, the fans are behind you?
Yeah, that means so much. I think this season has been pretty exhausting, not being able to be around our teammates as much and not being to be around our community, because usually we'll get out and be in the community, and not being able to see our fans and the people that love our program so much. So, I mean, like I said a couple weeks ago, our Hilltopper Nation has really embraced us, and I think we're just so excited and happy to, hopefully, if things are back to normal next season, to be able to see them and get the stands filled and everything. But yeah, we're super grateful for Hilltopper Nation and all of our fans that just love us and support us so much.
I know it's probably going to be some time to rest up now after a long season, a long stay in Omaha. But, looking way ahead right now, I guess you guys have some pieces coming back next year, all of them. How exciting is that, even though I know right now it's disappointing, but, just knowing that the whole team is still going to be back together again next fall.
Yep. I mean, we're super excited. All of this was bonus volleyball, like we've been saying the whole season. We weren't expecting this. This is free. We still have our eligibility next fall. So if looking from a positive note, obviously that's super exciting, and we're going to have the same team, and we're going to be stronger probably because we're going to have more time to train and be ready for next season. So yeah, that's super exciting to think about.
Anything else for Katie?
I'm good.
All right, awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for all the help, Katie.
Thank you all.